Okay, so I have a GoPro Hero 7 White and I'm really pleased with it as a camera. The results I've got from it have been excellent. The reason I'm making this video though is that I wasn't really that aware of how GoPros were quite specific as to what cards they recommend and that people have had obviously good experiences with. I've got a Transcend card in here, which is quite a fast card. It's been in my SLR and it's fine, and it's certainly beyond the specs that the GoPro recommend, but it's not on this list. And the reason that I've bought a card from the list is because I've had 2 failed recordings in the last week, and the second one was really annoying because it was footage I really wanted. The first time I went out in the woods and I was doing some mountain biking. I got covered in mud. It had some great footage, really looking forward to seeing it, and there was nothing there. That day I went out a second time and just did it again. It maybe wasn't as good as the first time, but at least I could do it. This second incident happened where and I was sure that I was recording on the first incident. The second incident, I knew I was recording because when I left my garage, it was on my helmet cam. I started the recording, looked to see the red coming up, saw the counter going, put the helmet on, and obviously I can see this within the video. And it stopped after about 25 seconds. The file stopped after about 25 seconds. But I know that about 10 minutes into my ride, I stopped. Because I'd had this incident before where it wasn't recording, I looked on my iPhone and I could see that the camera was still recording. I looked at the live view and it had a stop symbol, and so I just turned my phone off thinking, oh yeah, that's good, it's recording. I get to work, I wanted to show the footage to a colleague at work, and I went to transfer it over to my phone, and there was nothing there to transfer, only the old files that were already on the card. So looking into this more, and I've tried all sorts of data recovery programs. The files don't seem to be on there. There are some MP4 files which are in sequence, but they're not really long enough for the duration that it would have been recording. But there are some that just don't play on anything, and I've tried VLC, I've tried various different methods on YouTube. I've used several different data recoveries. People have done data recovery for me who usually have very good success for it. So I've got these files, but nothing reads them and nothing seems to convert them or accept them. It just doesn't play. So really what I'm saying is, if you've got a GoPro, if it's a Hero 7, have a look for this list, and I'll put a link in the description. There are, and you can tap on Hero 7 or all other cameras, and it actually tells you what cards work with what cameras. And there are some instances where a Hero 7 Silver, it's recommended, but not for a Hero 7 Black. So be really careful with this list. And also model numbers on SD cards are a nightmare. I've ordered this SanDisk, and I'll put a link in the description rather than read off the model that it is. Oh no, I can read the model. SDS QX82-064G-GN6MA. So this is officially on the list as recommended for my camera, but also my other tip, which I've read from reading through various different forums and things, is that before you're recording, always format the card in the camera. And so to do that, I think my camera's still on, yeah. So if I go back to the main screen, so you can see it's on the main screen now, and I slide down from the top, hit preferences, and they recommend the camera rather than a computer, because obviously they can all be a bit different, and the camera will format it in a format that it likes. So tap on reset, tap on format SD card, and tap on format. And so now that card will be formatted for use in the GoPro, and so you've got the best chance of everything going right. I'll just slide that back. Okay, so now as you can see, I'm on, I record at 1080-60, that's why I've got the snail there, and it's saying 3 hours 14, so that's how long it's suggesting I can record on a 64 gig card. I'm going to put this SanDisk one in though, because I don't trust the Transcend one that I've got in there. There may be nothing wrong with it, and from now on I know that if I'm going to record something I know I want to keep, I will format the card. So I need to get into the habit of transferring it over to the iPad or over to some other storage medium and formatting it so that the card doesn't get fragmented and doesn't cause a problem. And if I get a failed recording again, as I say, I know that it was recording and I double checked that it was recording. If I get a failed recording again, then I'll obviously have to contact GoPro. But I think that in this instance, it probably was down to the card and also how I was using the card. But just a heads up to people, make sure you format it, make sure you use a card from the list, because it's gutting. If you get a situation where you've got some really good footage that you really want and you haven't got it, it's really quite deflating. And I've tried for hours to try and get these files to play, and I just can't get them to play. Anyway, I hope this helps, and thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.